Yeah, that's bright enough. Long overdue. I know some of you good folks out there have missed our lives, and so have I. It's just been a little rough lately. But I'm just going to sit here quiet for a minute and see who pops in. A lot to talk about. Well, I just got my notice. So hopefully the gadget cooperates and some folks out there get their notice. We'll see. A lot of grief with the gadget lately. Sure enough. Well, good. I see somebody popped in. Let's hope it's friendly. But when it comes to this gadget, you just never know. Eric, right on, homie. Good to see you. Yeah, long overdue, man. Long overdue. Just been hard lately, and thought I'd come out here and talk about it with you good folks. I know there's a lot of people out there in the world that struggle, so sharing some of my my storytelling can help some other folks. It doesn't go to waste. It's a friendly for sure. Amen, brother, for sure. How you doing? Not so good, man. Not so good. Last couple weeks have been real rough. Real rough. And I'll get into it here in a minute. I see 3 people watching. Now we're up to 6. I see 2 of those, so it looks like things are starting to roll. So I might as well get into it. How you doing? Oh, I see a lot of new faces. Said hi. I'm saying hi back, Joseph or Jose, Jose. I don't read so good for some of you folks that are new. You have to be patient. I try to read everybody's comments, but it's not always easy. How's your day? It's been a little rough. In fact, that's kind of what I'm going to get into. Larry, Dixon Dallas, a troll singer. Okay, whatever. Well, I seen a bunch of them in here and then they all split. Hello from Clearwater, Florida. Good to see you, Larry. All right, let me get into this. I haven't done a live for a couple weeks. The last 2 weeks has been really rough. I got to give you background so you can better understand. This is going to get a little heavy, so you're just going to have to live with it or you can split. But when my mom passed away, it didn't hit me right away. Call it a delayed reaction, being in denial, whatever. Mom was a train wreck, but she was my mom, and I loved her very much. When my mom's dad, my grandfather, and my grandmother, when they passed away, my mom had a nervous breakdown both times. She ended up in the funny farm. And when my mom died, my baby brother Paul, he went off the deep end too. And they checked him into the hospital for 2 weeks. Psychiatric evaluation, as they say. Put him on some meds, the whole bit. My mom, same thing. Grief really, really hammered my mom and my baby brother. They couldn't handle it. And for me, it's a delayed reaction. I don't know how else to say it. And when my little doggy died, little Kimba died, I had her mother, Mama Dog, Mayan, and Mayan got all my attention because she had been sick for quite some time. And I really didn't grieve the loss of Kimba. Not like I do now. They've both been gone for a while. And living on this piece of property, isolated, sober. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. So I got no escape, no way to medicate, to run from the grief. And the last couple weeks, been really haunted by my little dog. And it's been real difficult. When I moved up to this little town, I came up here on a prayer. I've said it many times. This YouTube channel used to be called The Angry INFJ. An INFJ is a personality type. If you get curious, go look it up. I've talked about it out here before. I'm not going to get into all the INFJ stuff because that's not what this is about. But when this channel was The Angry INFJ, out there in the interwebs, I got connected with this young lady from this town, church-going gal. And we did Bible study over the telephone. And when I started looking for a place to set up my dog rescue, because of my relationship with this young lady, it put this little town on my radar. And long story short, I bought a piece of property in this little town in northern Wisconsin to set up a dog rescue. Left everyone and everything 2,000 miles away, back home in Frisco, San Francisco Bay Area, because I could afford, with a $100,000 down payment, I could afford 30 acres with 2 houses, a shop, an auto shop, a barn, a steel pole building, all kinds of infrastructure to set up a dog rescue to try to save 100 dogs and help 10 people. 10 broken people like me. People that have had a hard life. People with PTSD. I was looking for aged out foster children and veterans. I identified with folks that struggle with anger issues. When I'm having a hard time, and because I don't use drugs and alcohol, I got no escape, I'll watch videos, movies, things to get me out of my headspace so that I don't dwell on the things that are hurting me. And I watched a video yesterday. It was about a preacher in the military. Pastor, preacher, call it whatever you want. He lived in this neighborhood where there were other military families. They got the phone call. They were getting shipped out to go to Iraq. And put in a forward base, right on the front lines. And this preacher, his neighbor across the street, was real angry. And being that they lived across the street from each other, the preacher saw this other military guy yelling and screaming at his wife, and so they had a little bit of history. And this is based on a true story. So long story short, the preacher gets shipped out to Iraq, never been in a combat zone before, but he was dealing with soldiers who had been at war for a while and struggled with having faith in God. Why would God let bad things happen? There was this young kid, and he came into the preacher's tent and was like, if there's a God up there, why did he let my friend die? Why did he let somebody get blown up? And the preacher was real good at his job. He would say the right thing to try to learn this young man about having faith in God. I'm going to condense this, but it's based on a true story. And if I can find the video, I tried to find it and I struggled finding it. It wasn't in my watch history for some reason. But anyway, so as the movie goes on, this preacher gets out in the battlefield with his soldiers to go set up a new base somewhere else. And they got ambushed and shot at. And so he got to see what it was like to be shot at. And he got close to this one kid. And he started winning him over. Got the kid to take a Bible and take this little coin, a military coin. And he got him to put it in his pocket for protection. Well, this kid ended up getting killed. And it really messed with this preacher. Not only did this kid get killed, but his neighbor that lived across the street from him, who suffered from PTSD, yelling and screaming at his wife, real angry, got his leg blown off. So they finished their tour and they come home. And this preacher's got a bad case of PTSD. He's not the same guy he was when he left. He was a sweet person, Bible-thumping preacher man. Loved his wife and his 2 daughters. He was real sweet. He came home and he was a wreck. Wouldn't talk, yelled at the kids, yelled at the wife. He was a train wreck. I get that. I didn't go to war. I grew up in foster homes. My scars come from a different place. So this preacher gets some help. He gets to talking to another preacher dude and helps him out and gets him back on track, and he's feeling a whole lot better and back to his old self for the most part. And they ask him to go back to war and be the preacher for special forces. He talks to with the wife, and the wife is like, hey man, that's your calling. You got to go. So he did. Served 3 more years out on the front lines with the special forces as their preacher dude. And I'm sure somebody could figure out who I'm talking about, because like I said, it's based on a true story. And what I'm trying to get at is struggling with having faith in God. Something I've been struggling with the last couple weeks. Same kind of thing. Why'd you bring me here? Why'd you bring me to this town on a prayer? Why'd you let my dogs die? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Didn't I go through enough as a kid? Real angry with God. So I relate with the broken. I really do. I get it. I get it too well. Even my bad health. I've been to doctors in this town that did me wrong. I went to another hospital, the biggest, best hospital around here, and they did me wrong. They called this hospital and it was a nightmare. I can't even get decent medical treatment here. And then I got mistreated by the local PD, got agent. I can go on and on about what happened to me in this little town. And by the way, it's all public record. Everything that's happened to me here, there's a record of it. Doctor records, police records, real estate records. So I can verify what I'm saying when it comes to how I've been treated since I've lived here. And it's made me very bitter and very uptight because I don't know when it's coming. But I got this uneasy feeling 24/7. Always looking over my shoulder here because of what I went through here. So being angry at God, I got a lot of ammunition, believe me. When I was a little kid, Mom told me once, because she was raised Catholic, that she was going to hell for having sex outside of marriage and getting pregnant. Put a child up for adoption, and she says to me once, well, if I'm going to hell, I'm going to have a good time before I go. And she was a drinker. And then she found this lady, Mrs. Schumacher, born again Christian lady. She took me to this lady's house and said, you got to repeat what she says. You got to say this little prayer thing and your soul's going to be saved. No matter what, your soul's going to be saved. And Mom bought into that because she never stopped drinking. Well, I should say she was on and off with her drinking. She would drink for a period and then she'd stop and then she'd go back and forth. And then she took us to a Baptist church, First Baptist Church in Redwood City. And that was okay. We went to Sunday school and we used to go on camping trips and snow trips and outings and stuff with the church. It was okay. But I was never raised religious. My experience in church or Bible study or any of that kind of stuff is next to nothing. And so when I started doing Bible study with this gal from this town, this was when I lived with Kimba in Grass Valley and was trying to find a place to set up this dog rescue. You know, I was 50 years old, first time doing Bible study. And because I don't read, this gal would read while we were on the phone, and then we'd talk about what she read. And I'd ask a lot of questions, some hard questions. And sometimes she would get a little fussy. It wasn't that I doubted the Bible, but if something didn't make sense to me, I questioned it. And I've always been that way. A couple days ago, I was really going through it about my little dog. She used to jump in my lap, and she put her front paws on my thighs, and she would push against my chest and push me back in the chair when I was upset. And a couple days ago, when I was really missing her, I was thinking about that. And I could feel the weight of her in my lap. And I sat here and I was doing this. Because I could remember when I used to pet her. In that military movie with the preacher dude and his PTSD, they were showing flashbacks of things that happened while he was at war. My flashbacks are very different, but they're there. And they've been getting worse. That's why I haven't been coming out here. Because I don't want to do this. But I don't care. Getting upset, choked up on the gadget. I don't care what other people think. But there are people that follow this channel. People that don't like me. And they enjoy seeing me upset and hurt because of what I've been through in this town. They get off on it. I'm sure of it. And that's the main reason why I don't like coming out here and getting upset. It's not because I'm embarrassed. It's because I don't want to give them satisfaction for what they did to me here. I feel dead inside. There's so much I want to say, but like I said, there's folks out here don't need to know all my little secrets. But I know for a fact I'm not the only one that's broken. And sharing this stuff with other people lets them know they're not alone. And trying to keep the faith in God is not easy. But when I was a little kid, to get back to mom and the born again Christian Baptist church stuff, mom taught me this little prayer. You know, you say your prayers when you go to sleep. At least that's how we did it. You know, when you go to bed, you say your prayers. And it was, now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die, before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. I would say that, and then I'd say, God bless mom, God bless Paul, God bless Jim, God bless my dad, and whoever and whatever. And then I would say something like, help mom do this, watch out for my brothers. I was always praying for other people. I never prayed for myself. I never said, dear Lord, help me. It was always for other people. Now I pray to God for me, to help me. Help me get through this. Help me to get back home, or find a misfit out there somewhere to help me. Somebody to help me get out of here. I'm sure a lot of people don't get it and they don't understand, because you're not sitting here and you don't see what I see, and you don't know what I got to go through to get out of here. I got a lifetime's worth of shit, 3 trucks, 2 Harleys, and very overwhelmed with what it's going to take me to get out of here. I'm 63 years old. I'm sick, been sick for a long time, and it's getting worse. If I had the right help, somebody to help me get out of here, I'd leave all this to them when I go. But I got nobody. I got no help. And praying to God, I don't hear nothing. I had one moment out here. There's a gentleman that I follow. As a matter of fact, I watched his video from today, Tack Room Bible Talk. And he was talking about faith and what it takes to have faith in God. It's weird. God never spoke to me, not in a dream, not in my head. I've never had this aha moment kind of thing. But there was one day out here where there was a snake eating an apple, or not eating an apple, a snake under the apple tree, and it just ate some kind of rodent, and its belly was all puffed up and it couldn't run away. And then I saw a video the same day from this gentleman, Tack Room Bible Talk, and I kind of got this weird feeling like God had my back. I didn't hear nothing, I didn't see nothing, but I just had this feeling, and it made me feel good. But that's the only time. And lately, I feel forsaken. And like I said, I pray to God for help, sometimes out loud, like I'm talking to you guys right now. Sometimes it's just in my head. But nothing. No help. No little whisper. No funny feeling. And like I said, I feel dead inside. Just waiting for the outside to catch up. But I owe it to some of you good misfits to come out here and explain myself. You know, I try to come out here more regular. I've said it many times. Oh, you'll see me more. It's just been really hard. Struggling with all this stuff. Knowing what's around me and who's around me and what their intentions are and what this town has put me through. It's no fucking joke. If I had somewhere to go, I'd just pick up and split. But because of my PTSD and my anger issues like this preacher man, I've upset a lot of people in my life. My brother and my daughter don't speak to me because of my anger. So I don't hear from them. I don't hear from God. And I feel forsaken in the world, all alone. And it's hard. It's real hard. I don't have no answers, man. But what I do know is you're not alone out there when it comes to going through hard times. And when it comes to grief, it doesn't get any harder when you lose someone you love. I miss my dogs every day. So very much. They were my medicine. They were what helped me get through the day. I don't have that. I got but one person in this town that I'm friendly with. I talk to a couple people back home on the phone occasionally. A little bit of communication with you misfits, and that helps. But it's a long way from getting me what I need to get out of here. And if I ever get out of here and get a couple more dogs, I'm a different person. I'll never raise my voice to an animal ever again. I'll never raise my voice to someone I love ever again. But sitting here talking about this, it feels like it's too late. You made your bed, now you got to lie in it. Had to get that out. Let me check some comments. Let's scroll all the way back. Ooh, it looks like we got a few here. Hello, you are the GOAT. Thank you. Now that I know what that means. Said hi, got that. How are you? Well, I think I just explained that. Play Good Looking by Dixie Dallas and I Will Sub. Okay, King, you got it. I'll play it. FR. Okay, not sure what that's all about. How was your day? I think I explained that. Dixie Dallas is a troll singer. Okay. Hello from Clearwater, Florida. Okay. Oh, well, tomorrow you will have a better day. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Larry. Grief does not change you, it reveals you. Love you, brother. Yeah, you're right about that, dude. You're right about that. It reveals. That's a very good way to put it. U.S. California Armed Forces vet here. Ah, thank you for your service, young man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. Anyone that fights for this country, you get my utmost love and respect. Eric, this may be a little irrelevant, but did you ever see the movie Hacksaw Ridge? Yes, I did. It was a real good movie. I saw the second half recently and need to watch. There you go, kid. I'm angry with God too. Yeah, Eric. Sometimes life don't make no sense, brother. I don't know why God does what he does, but I know he brought me to this town. And only Lord knows why. And I have a real problem with even accepting God. Well, homie, there's something else my mom said to me when I was little that stuck with me forever. And the worst sin you can commit isn't murder or rape or whatever, it's not believing in God. I believe in God very much. A little angry with him right now, there's no doubt about that. But that's just part of being human. But I believe in God, I have faith in God, and I look forward to meeting him face to face. I'll be with my dogs again, and my mom, and my brother Paul, and everybody else that's waiting on the other side. I have no doubt. No doubt. I know you were a lot happier when you were going to church. I remember you talking about going to church back when you weren't drinking and you were doing your artwork and all that stuff. You were pretty happy, dude. I hope one day you can get back to that place. And I understand what it is to be angry with God. I do. I love you, man. And I hope you find your way. I really do. Karina, good to see you, young lady. You don't, Eric, you don't do anything to deserve what you've gone through up there. There are where you are. Love you, man. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, brother. Karina, hello, everyone. There you go. Sending you an big air hug. Thank you, Karina. Appreciate you. Big Ant, yo, hey, brother. Hope you're good. We still out here in NorCal. Stay strong. Thank you for that, Big Al. Aaron, good to see you. Good to see you too, young man. Tatanka, what's happening, homie? What's up, Johnny? How are you hanging in there, bro? Not so good. Not so good, homie. Jesse, checking in to say hello. Just dropping in, unaware of what's going on. No worries, man. Just go back and watch it from the beginning and you'll better understand. I know popping in here while I was in the middle of my little rant, kind of hard to know what's going on, but just rewatch the beginning of this and you'll get a clue. Good to see you. Hang in there, Johnny. Thank you, Tatanka. Tatanka, I think Mel Gibson directed Hacksaw Ridge, didn't he? Regardless, it was a good movie. Yeah, yeah, real good flick. Yeah, I identify with a lot of military movies. That's why I follow a lot of special forces on YouTube, guys that have been through the meat grinder and they got great advice, especially when it comes to coping with PTSD. Most people that have it don't even know they got it. I didn't know I had it until I was well into my 50s, man. You know, I was following that idiot Wes Watson back before he went off the deep end with all his money and gold chains and all his fancy fucking cars. Back when he used to sit on a park bench doing his rap about it's not all about you, how you need to give back and help other people. He had a good bullshit story for a while. And then when he got all rich and famous, he lost his fucking mind, that idiot. And it looks like he's going to go back to prison. Rightfully so. It's where he belongs. Fucking retard. Tatanka, my son served and so did my grandfather. I didn't have the honor of serving, but I respect all of those who did. They are the top of 1% in the country. Amen, Tatanka. I couldn't have said it better myself. My father was in the military. I met him at his tombstone. Never knew the man. Ancestry.com gave me my dad through some cousins, and they told me that he was murdered by his best friend for sticking up for his best friend's girlfriend. This dude, Pug, was trying to put hands on his old lady, and my dad got between them, and the dude left, came back with the rifle, and shot the old man. But he was in the military. He's buried in the military cemetery in San Bruno, California on Sneath Lane. I got a video up here of me going to his tombstone, crying at my old man's tombstone. Man I never met. but evidently he gets it from his daddy. You know, he was sticking up for this girl. I've always stuck up for the underdog. Kids in school used to tease me and call me the bully slayer. I was always sticking up for somebody. Can't stand somebody being bullied or messed with. That's why I moved up to this town. Help them doggies that are stuck in a kennel somewhere, forsaken. It's what's in me. And that's why I struggle with being angry at God. He knows what's in my heart. He knows what I've tried to do. Even with my angry, broken side and pissing people off, calling people out and saying shit I shouldn't have said and being real angry and an asshole. And it cost me a lot of friendships. It cost me my daughter and my brother. I made some fucked up videos out here on YouTube, said some shit I never should have said. Dysregulated, as they say. Saying things out of anger that you really don't mean because you're so fucked up in the head and so angry, and you lash out in anger and you say things you shouldn't say because, for one, you don't even mean it. You're saying it because you're hurt. Hurt people hurt people. Don't do what I did. You'll be alone. I stuck up for everybody but myself. I really fucked up my life by being angry and lashing out at people. I carry a lot of remorse. Sometimes I get haunted by thoughts of when I yelled at the dogs. The fact that I haven't been out here for a couple weeks is because I've really been just so upset, grief-stricken over my dogs and isolated and angry. And I haven't been angry since my dogs died. Not until recently. And lately I've been real angry again. Why me? What did I do to deserve this? But I do believe God has a plan. And whatever my outcome is, whatever happens to me here, that's His will, not mine. Either He sends me the help I need, or I die in this house. When I went to the doctor in this town, it was because of a stroke. I had numbness on the side of my face and on the side of my neck and down the side of my leg. It felt like I was having a stroke. So I went to the doctor, and they said they didn't CAT scan my brain or whatever, and they said they didn't see no sign of a stroke, but they found an aneurysm on my aorta. And then they sent me back home. But I was still sick. There was something wrong. And then I started to realize I got sick with some fucking parasite. I started seeing things in the toilet and other signs, and then I started getting on the gadget, and all of a sudden it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, holy shit, I got some kind of fucking parasite. So I go to the fucking doctor in this little shit town, and that son of a bitch labeled me with parasite delusional syndrome. Then I went to the fucking Mayo Clinic. Big, fancy, high-powered military hospital, the Mayo Clinic. The best hospital around these parts, 2-hour drive from here. She gets on the phone with the doctor from this town and says to me, "Have you had parasite delusional syndrome before?" I said, "Lady, I don't have it now." Held up a bag of my turds. I called urgent care. They said, "Bring in a stool sample within 72 hours. They didn't even take the sample. We don't have the capability to test for a parasite here. The Mayo Clinic. I won't even get started on what happened with the sheriff's department and the real estate agent and all the other nonsense that's happened to me since I've been here. Got nothing to do with the delusion. Like I said, if anybody ever did their homework and looked at the records, the public records, the police records, the real estate records, my medical records, everything I've said here, you can look up for yourself. But nobody cares. I can't get no help in this town. No fucking way. So anyway, let me check some comments. Little pissy tonight. All right, where'd I leave off? Tatanka, a lot of people forget where they come from once they make it. Sadly, oh yeah, when it comes to Watson, what a fucking idiot. He could have made such a difference in this world if he would have took all that fucking money he made and started doing some charity work and helping some kids out. I even made a video once about that idiot, that he could buy an apartment building and get kids that were in juvenile detention facility and get aged out and put them up in this apartment building and help them to fix up the apartment building. And then once they've lived there for a couple years fixing it up, give them the unit like a condo. It would have been a great thing for him to really give back. No, the motherfucker runs around with all these gold chains and Lamborghinis and bullshit. He's a fucking idiot. Tatanka, yeah, I can see in your eyes you're hurting today. I'm sorry, bro. I wish there was something I could do to lift that off of you, man. You know what, dude? Just your words alone helps a great deal. Showing me your heart, telling me you care, that means a lot, man. It does. You just did it right there, bro. Thank you. I love you. Simply human. Oh, man. So sorry, bro. So sorry. If you go back and watch this from the beginning, I don't know. I only see one person in here, person that froze the. How goes it? By the way, I think I've been running my mouth simply back on. Right on, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I rebooted. My stalker has a way of jamming this fucking gadget somehow. I don't know how they do it, but trust me when I say, when somebody accuses you of malware and spoofing phone numbers in a courtroom and you read the way I do, they got skills to fuck with my channel. You can be seen and heard. Yeah. All right, cool. I just wonder if all that shit I was running my mouth about isn't on there. Simply, you were about to say something nice about my Zoe. Yeah, I was talking about how our little critters give us something that humans don't. They teach us about ourselves. Animals have a gift. No matter how much your wife and your kids love you, the little animals have something that's, I don't even know how to put it, man. It's special. Dogs and cats, and they bring something special into your life, man. Something that humans just can't give you. The funny thing is they can't talk to you, but they can give you something that humans don't. And when they leave, they teach you about grief and about loss and about how important it is to love them while they're here. It's without words. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Simply Human. It's without words. There's no doubt about it. Words don't exist to explain. I couldn't have said it better myself. They're little angels. They really are. They're a gift from God Himself. I've said it many times, just spell dog backwards. Their little spirit, their soul. When you watch them little critters dream, it's amazing. Like I said, my dog would sit in my lap, and the other day I was grieving over her so bad and just sitting in this chair thinking about her. I could feel the weight of her in my lap, and I was going like this, like I was petting her. And I just started bawling, like she was sitting there the whole time. You know, it's like being in the military, man, having a flashback of my little dog. Kelly's in the house. Good to see you, young man. I saw your deer video. Nature is healing. Yeah, I've been real hung up on watching them deer in the yard, man. It's the only thing I got that even comes close to having some medicine to help me with this grief. You know, I look out the window, and if them deer are out there and mama deer's nursing her babies, and it makes me feel a little better. And if things weren't so shitty here in this town, I'd already have 2 dogs in this house. I miss the hell out of, this is John, I miss the hell out of my Burmese mountain dog. Lost him to cancer 2 months ago. I'm ready to have another dog in the house. Good for you, dude. Get yourself another dog. There's plenty of them out there that need a good home, and you're a good person. You need each other. You deserve each other. Simply Human. Thanks for the reminder, Kelly. Gotta get out on a nature walk. There you go, Simply Human. There you go. Whew, man. Good medicine down there in the comment section. Sorry for your loss, and I'm glad you're able to look for a new partner. There you go, Simply Human. Amen, brother. Amen. Thanks again, you guys, for hitting that button. I appreciate you. Yeah. I can't speak enough about having a dog in your life or a cat. They're just so special. You know, that's the only reason I moved to this town, was to try to save some dogs from a life stuck in a kennel somewhere, waiting to get put down because nobody comes and scoops them up. I wanted to have 100 dogs and 10 broken people here on this piece of property with me. I had plans to build cabins and all kinds of cool stuff. All I've ever wanted to do was give back and help. And what happened to me here was a nightmare, a real nightmare. It's hard to believe the adversity I've been through in this town and how people can hate a complete stranger. It absolutely amazes me. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It makes no sense to me, man. You're giving back to us, Johnny. Thank you, Simply. Appreciate that, brother. You know, that's all I got to give right now is this YouTube channel. I enjoy it. I like coming out here and talking with you good folks and sharing these lousy stories, letting other people know they're not alone in the world. You know, there's a lot of us out there that are broken, and we need each other. We need people to understand us and to care for each other. You look at what's going on in the world, what's happening in the Middle East right now, what's happening in California with the president and Newsom and Iran and Israel. A lot of folks are talking about how we're on the verge of World War III. This planet is so messed up right now. When the cops in this little town hauled me off the first time, my neighbor came over here and fed and got water to my dogs. And when he came in this house, he said the water was turned off. I had to go down in the basement and turn the valve. Somebody came in my house while I was in jail, man. And they did it twice. The second time was when I had to go to court. I had a court date. They came in here and flipped a bunch of circuit breakers. Little petty shit just to get under my skin, but they were in my fucking house. That's to what extreme these people have gone to. I didn't bother to call the cops. The cops are in their back pocket. The cops don't give a shit. They did the bidding for these people. It's sad. And like I said, everything I said out here tonight can be verified, public record. I missed a court date because I was sick. Went to the doctor, aneurysm, all this shit, and I missed a court date. So they came and hauled me off to jail the second time for failure to appear. And while I was in there, they threatened me with a felony. Deputy came, pulled me out of the cell, said, "There's someone here to see you." And I was like, "What?" And it was a public defender saying, "You got new charges." They got a felony charge, some computer fraud, something. It about killed me. I didn't think I was ever getting out. And then they came to my cell 2 hours later and said, "Oh, sorry, it was a mistake." So that's the kind of shit I've been through in this town, man. Psychological warfare. It's fucking unreal, man. A complete stranger. These people don't know me. I came here to help and give back. Even the gal I did Bible study with from this town, her old man works for the youth detention facility. I thought I could find some aged out kids and give them a place to stay here through her husband. She cut off all contact with me. I think that's because she knew what was going to happen and what had been happening, and she didn't want any part of it. That's my guess. I don't know, man. Town has not been nice to you. All that BS for no reason. Did you get your money back from the... Yeah, I got my money back finally. It took 8 months for me to get it back, but I finally got my money back from them. Hard to believe. But that's just more of the bullshit that I've been through in this town. You know, I called other law enforcement agencies for help, but they have no jurisdiction in this town. You know, and like I said, I'm in deep shit living in this town, and I got no help to get out of here, and I really don't think I'm going to get out of here. I pray to God that I do. I pray to God all the time. Like I said, sometimes I pray out loud. Just like I'm talking to you, I talk to God out loud. Help me get through this. Help me find a way to get back home, or find somebody who I can team up with. If I had a misfit that came out here and had a place somewhere else in this country and says, Johnny, I'm going to help you. We're going to move all your shit to my place. You can stay here for free while you sell your house. I would give them 300 grand and all my shit for helping me. Just like I gave my neighbor a truck. I gave my neighbor a truck for giving my dogs food and water while I was in jail when he found the water valve was turned off. He was sweet on one of the trucks I bought for Misfits, and I gave him the keys and the pink slip, and I went to the DMV with him and put it in his name. He didn't have to spend a dime. I even paid the transfer fees for giving my dogs food and water. That's the kind of person I am. I gave you the shirt off my back. I gave a bum sleeping outside the Union Hall. I had to go to the Union Hall to pay my dues. I had a pocket full of cash because when I cashed my check, I cashed it and put the money in my pocket, just how I was. And he was sleeping against the wall outside the Union Hall. I put a $100 bill in his pocket because I felt bad for him. Kelly, I'm a strong believer that things happen for a reason. Your heart is in the right place, one day at a time. Power and prayer. Thank you for that, homeboy. I appreciate you, man. I do. But this has been going on so long, and I'm way behind enemy lines, man. And I got no help, got no witnesses. These people have been in my house. They've lied in the courtroom. I can go on and on about the dirty shit they did. And it all started with this dilapidated trailer that my property surrounds that I tried to buy. Just one dirty deal after another. Taylor, how come your mother didn't teach you any manners? How's the signal, by the way, you guys? Usually when I see a comment like that, the signal goes to shit. Signal is decent. Thank you for that, Simply Human. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to take for me to get out of here. I don't. I just hope my health holds up long enough and God hears my prayers and I can get me a couple more dogs and live out the rest of my life in peace and quiet. My big dreams of starting a dog rescue are over. I just want a quiet life with a couple of dogs and go for a walk in nature and live in the country somewhere. That's all I want now. Gone John's in the house. Holy Toledo, good to see you. Hi, Johnny. God bless you, brother. Thank you for that, Gone John. Been a long time. Great to see you. I have faith you will get some dogs and enjoy their company. Thank you for that, Simply Human. I hope you're right, man. And thanks again, you guys, for hitting that button. I appreciate you. Yeah, I would love nothing more than to have some dogs, but until I leave this town, I won't put them through it. It's people like Taylor that make the dumb comments. Yeah, yeah. Gone John was gone for a while. Yeah, yeah. Good to see an old face, familiar face. Thanks again, you guys. You lift my spirits, man. Your kind words down there really helps. There you go, Gone John saying hi to Simply Human. Feels like old times. I'm going to try to come out here every day. I told myself before I hit play tonight that I'm going to try to come out here and check in with you guys once a day like I used to. You guys are all I got, and I need that right now. And if I come out here all busted up, so be it. Simply Human saying, what's up to Gone John? There you go. Family, like I've said many times, this YouTube channel don't belong to me. It belongs to all of us. Glad you're not gone. There you go. That's the first time I chuckled in a long time. Food for the soul. Laughter. I haven't laughed in a long time, man. Man, this live took a lot out of me, man. Feel like I went to the shrink, dumping all my crap on you guys. Well, I'm very happy to give you some chuckles. It's the best I've felt all day. Ah, right on, Simply. Yeah, it's good to be here for each other, you know. Kind act for a stranger. None of us have ever met face to face. And you guys always saying something nice down there, that's doing a kind act for a stranger. Like I'm always talking about. Helping the little old lady cross the street, help the old man change a tire on his car, hold the door open at the grocery store, go to the coffee shop, buy an extra donut, an extra cup of coffee, and give it to the first homeless person you see. Tell them you care. That's what the world needs more now than ever. People caring for each other instead of blowing each other up. I worry about the folks that serve in the military, man. The shit hits the fan again. Trump sends troops over to the Middle East, Taiwan, sending them to California. I worry for our men and women in the military and being in harm's way. That has to change soon. I thought about you today when my love passed, still on my goal list to visit you. Ah, thank you for that, Simply Human. No worries, man. I appreciate you. I got so much in the brain. Man, it's just too much. I try not to dwell on it. I try to think about something else. I try to get busy. But my health has been so lousy lately that I get real short of breath, real easy. And my heart, I can hear my heart beating in my ears real loud. And I get this weird whining in my ears. It's not ringing. I know what ringing in the ears is from construction and loud noises, riding a Harley. I forget what they call it. It was part of my workman's comp case. They had to test my hearing. And my hearing is for shit because of the job I had. But this noise that I got in my ears now, it's not like tinnitus is what it's called, ringing in the ears. This is not ringing, it's a whining noise, and it's real loud. So I'm worried. I think my heart's getting ready to kick the bucket. Stress, blood pressure, I don't know. but I can't go to the doctors around here. They're useless. Do you get enough salt? Yeah, I probably get too much salt, but I don't drink enough water. I need to drink more water. Too much damn coffee. It's my drug of choice. Fuck. But if the good Lord takes me, that's up to him. There, Kelly, there is 100% chance that things will work out for you. Faith, believing in things you can't see. Yeah, faith, having believing in things you can't see. Yeah, I hear you, Kelly. Thanks again, you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, like I said, I believe in God, and I believe He brought me to this town for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, but I pray to God all the time. And whether He takes me or He gets me too safe to another place, time will tell. I really thought, naively, I thought I was going to find some help in this town. Somebody to tell the truth about what happened here. Do the right thing. Not a chance. These people got this town stitched up tight. They really do. Stalkers on the YouTube channel, stalkers in the neighborhood that drive by real slow, stop out front. Been in this house. The crap, the crap that these people do is unreal. But they'll pay for their sins one day. You know, my intentions to come into this town wasn't to ruffle any feathers. I just wanted a dog rescue and help some broken people, man. I was talking about this before I even moved here, back when I lived in the mobile home park back in Cali. My story has never changed. I've been consistent across the board. And all the shit I went through here made me really angry. And acting out a character, coming out here yelling and screaming about my justice and all that stuff, just made it worse. Just made it worse. Added fuel to the fire for these people, man. I don't do any of that anymore. That's why I took all those videos down. I didn't want all that negative shit on this channel no more. Airman's in the house. Good to see you, homeboy. I went back and watched the rest of your video. You can mend some of those mend some of those family relationships. I know it's hard, but love is powerful. I sure hope so, Airman. I sure hope so. I've sent text messages to my daughter and to my brother. My brother will answer my text messages now, but his answers are real brief. And I understand why. I said some really angry things that I shouldn't have said, and I hope one day they forgive me. I do, Airman, and I hope you're right. I hope and pray you're right. I would love to have my brother and my daughter back in my life. I'm not that guy that I was. Like I said earlier in this video, I'll never yell at somebody I love ever again. I recognize my bad behavior now, and I know where it came from. I understand PTSD and being angry and acting out of character. I get all that now. And I hope you're right. I hope it's not too late and I get a chance to right those wrongs. Airman, you have changed. Yeah, man, I really have. I've been humbled. Back when I was following that idiot Wes Watson, if you look at my most popular video, it's got over 60,000 views. And it was a video directed towards that idiot, talking about how do you fix this broken. Back then, I didn't know what PTSD was. I didn't understand how you can get dysregulated and get real worked up and angry, and all you can see is red. You're so angry, you can't even hear your own voice. You're just running your mouth, running your mouth, running your mouth out of anger, and you're not taking the time to think about what it is you're saying. I get that now, all too well. All too well. I just pray that it's not too late. And your family will see it. I hope so, Airman. I really do. I hope and pray to God that you're right. I'm not at all the man I was before I moved to this town. And maybe that's why God brought me here. He needed to kick me in the nuts so I could see things for what they really were. Even my daughter said to me the last time we spoke on the phone, I'll never speak to you again until you get professional help. And she was right. I needed help to understand what it was I was doing and why. And now I do. But I haven't spoke to her in over 5 years, man. Breaks my heart. Never too late to forgive yourself. Thank you, Simply Human. I have a lot of regret, but I understand what I did and why. Being broken from a lousy childhood wasn't my fault. So I can forgive myself, but I can't forget what I did, things I've said. I made a video lashing out at my brother and my daughter because I felt forsaken. No phone calls, no call on my birthday, that kind of thing, and I was real butt sore. And I made a real angry video saying that they were dead to me. And I didn't mean that, but I said it nonetheless. Things I should have never said because I didn't mean it. But I can't deny it. And all I can do is say I'm sorry. Simply Human, I hear you, man. Yeah. Blind rage. I had no idea just how broken I was. And back when me and my kid were still talking, I was still drinking back then, I think. Yeah, I know I was. Had no idea what I was doing. But it's been years since I drank. I'll never touch booze again. It just pours gasoline on a fire that's already lit. When you got PTSD and you got that anger in you, same thing with the guys in the military, drinking to medicate or taking drugs to medicate. 420 was the only thing that gave me any relief. And in Wisconsin, that's not even an option. I wish it was, because I got a little relief out of that. It calms you down. It can make you lazy, but it helps with the PTSD. But psych meds, even ex-military that get put on psych meds with their PTSD, they all say the same thing. It makes it worse. And the best thing you can do is face your problems sober, understand what's wrong, and do everything you can to correct it. And it all starts with admitting what you did. You got to admit you're broken. You got to admit that you've done and said things you shouldn't have done. And then you have to be strong enough not to do them again. I mean, there is no other way. You got to be responsible for your actions. Simply Human, thank you for being here. Help me relax and think I can sleep now. Much love, brother. Think I'm gonna lay down. Oh, get a good night's sleep, Simply Human. And when you're ready, you go get you another kitty, man. And don't think you have to wait too long to do it either. There's plenty of good cats out there that need a good human in their life. And when you're ready, man, go get you another kitty, man. Wish you all a great night, and thank you so much. You're welcome, Simply Human, and thank you for popping in. Appreciate you, young man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get me some dinner too. What time is it? Yeah, it's 10:30. I didn't realize it was so late. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off the gadget, but like I said, I'm gonna try my best to plug in every day and not be so distant. You guys are good for me. You're good medicine, and I love all of you very much. And like I said, this YouTube channel belongs to all of us. This ain't about Johnny trying to go viral or some shit. It's about me caring and wanting to help others. So on that note, love the ones that love you back. Do your best with the rest, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great weekend. Peace.